Hey folks, we are about to make protein balls. This is probably not interesting to anybody, but who knows? Maybe you have this stuff at home and you're like, hey, I can make those. And the thing is, you don't even need protein powder, but we are going to use protein powder. Matt and Grace are asking for protein balls, or a lot of people call them energy balls. I call them protein balls. Normally I use like the whole flake oats, but I have steel cut oats right now, which actually is quite nice. I'm gonna do, well, I'll tell you here in a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna do 5 cups of steel cut oats. I'm making a very big batch, so I don't have to do this again for a while. So 5 cups of steel cut oats. For protein powder, I'm not using my vanilla stuff for this. I'll use this iced cappuccino. It's 25 grams of protein per scoop. How many scoops will I use? I don't know. We'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me see how this looks. Okay, I'll do 1 more scoop. So I guess we're gonna do 5 scoops of protein powder, 5 cups of steel cut oats. Each scoop of this is 25 grams of protein. No, I don't try and do the math for calories or protein or fiber for this. Alright. Next, I'm going to add cinnamon. And for cinnamon, I just put a bunch in there. I can give you a visual. Like, I just dump cinnamon in there. I do have hemp hearts, but I'm going to keep those. I'm going to put some flaxseed in here. I keep flaxseed, hemp hearts, and chia seeds in the freezer. My drawer is getting all messy again. I'm going to do 1/4 of a cup of flaxseed. Ground flax seeds, to be exact. Okay. So 1/4 cup of ground flax seeds. I'm like, do I want to add chia seeds again? Maybe I will. Grace, should I put chia seeds in this time or no? No. Okay. I guess we're not doing chia seeds. Chia seeds get stuck in the teeth. Oops. My clip kind of came undone. What is going on? These clips are kind of annoying. There we go. That'll go back in the freezer. Yes, I'm still in PJs. Alright. chocolate chips. You don't have to add chocolate chips, but makes them taste better. I'm gonna add at least 1 cup of chocolate chips. Okay, just over. Well, you know what? We'll do 1.5 cups of chocolate chips. I think having the tiny ones is nicer, but this is what we have. This is what we're working with. Next, honey. And how much honey? Well, maybe I'll scoop out peanut butter first. We are going to add peanut butter. This is what I have right now. Kraft Smooth Light. It doesn't matter what peanut butter you use. I don't measure out the peanut butter or the honey. I kind of just eyeball it. You need the mixture to be wet enough and sticky enough that everything combines and sticks together. Definitely 1 cup of peanut butter for this. I think I'm going to put almost 2 cups of peanut. I think I'll do probably almost 2 cups of peanut butter. No, these are, if you're counting calories and stuff, this is not macro friendly. But of all the snack stuff that's out there, like granola bars and stuff, I mean, Matt and the kids like Fiber One bars and stuff like that. But if they're choosing, they'd rather me make protein balls. So that's looking like 1.5 cups, probably 2 cups of peanut butter. For the honey, well, this is how much left in there. I'm just going to start squeezing some in here. So now we're down to that. And I'm going to put this thing on. Yeah, I'm doing this in my stand mixer. I used to just sit there by hand for a while doing this. No, thank you. Not anymore. I like most of the work to be done with the stand mixer. So everything's in there. I'm just gonna turn this on. And I will get try and push this stuff down. Looks like it's coming up and out. I guess we'll have to this out. I've only made these in the stand mixer once since having stand mixer. Oops, no, I didn't want to turn it on. There we go. This saves a lot of time using the stand mixer though. A whole lot of time. I just wish there was a way for this to really incorporate. I feel like it doesn't, even not even just this, but with other things. This might actually need more honey. Okay, let me put this back down. Do you know one thing? It does smell good. Try and make sure like it gets everything really incorporated. Especially like all the dry stuff in with the honey and peanut butter. Also, my nails are, well, I gotta take this nail polish off. But my nails are growing back out, and I don't have any gloves, so I don't want to. I can't stand things underneath my nails. This is looking good. And this is the part where I determine if I need more honey. Pretty much just checking to see if it's sticky enough to form balls or not. Ow. Okay, so it looks like it needs a little bit of honey. So I'll put this back down, turn it on. Now I'll just drizzle honey in here. Could you use maple syrup? I think so. Is maple syrup healthier than honey? I don't know. Okay, yeah, that's enough honey. So there's this much honey left from, well, I had like this much in here. Okay. Need to make sure I wash my hands again. You don't have to roll this into balls. You can take Pyrex dish or whatever, put this in there and flatten it all out, let it sit for a bit and cut into like tiny squares or whatever. And I really do mean tiny squares, because again, these are not low calorie snack. I feel like Matt and Grace are the ones that eat most of these. Yeah. I think they taste good. There was one time I ate one and immediately after my heart rate shot up. And it was when I used one that wasn't a caffeine protein powder. So, I don't know. Maybe I was just having an off day. Now, I do want to taste. I've got a chocolate chip in here. I don't make them this small. Yep. Piece of oat. Nice. You can taste the coffee. What else do I taste though? Yummy. This makes a lot too, like so much. I'm using a spatula to scrape off the sides of the bowl. So you don't want to waste none of this. don't know if this is worth coming on here for, but let's go wash hands and then I can show you the size that I make these. I don't want to start rolling those till my hands are washed again. Actually, I might use my cookie scooper to roll those out. They taste good though. I'm doing like a few random things today. I have some things I do need to get done. They're written down for this week. It's just, I don't know. I kind of changed my mind about doing some stuff this week now. Like decluttering, for instance. I'm going to scrape this butter knife off. Cut peanut butter. Yeah, it's like a nice, it's a lot. Grab a wipe, just wipe off this mess right quick. It's not a lot of a mess, but enough that I'm not gonna leave it. And then I can push the stand mixer back. Until next time, which will be soon. I gotta make bread again soon. I made 3 loaves like 3 weeks ago. I didn't make 2 loaves. I made 3 loaves. The last loaf was just taken out of the freezer the other day. The only time anybody here eats bread is usually for breakfast. What's Luna doing? Oh. Oh. All right. I have to run the dishwasher. We don't have enough plates for supper. Like, this is a lot. I'm using Matt's water bottle. He didn't want to take this one to school. He took one of mine that doesn't have a handle. I was like, fine by me. Should we do cookie scoop? Oh, the last time I did this kind of scraped up against, one thing that we don't have any here, one thing that I do like adding to my protein balls, Rice Krispies. So instead of doing all oatmeal, add Rice Krispies. Is this sticky enough? Yep. I'm using my cookie scoop. The thing about using the, what was that? What did I call that oatmeal? Darn it. I can't remember now. The oatmeal's so much finer. They come out a lot smoother. It's actually nice. Oh, I was gonna say with the cookie scoop, because it's metal on metal, I did scratch my mixing bowl while making, well, whatever I made in this, probably cookies. So I gotta remember to be careful. Hey Grace, these ones are a lot more hardy and big, so I would only take one. Okay? Yeah, these are like bigger than my eyeball. I was gonna put walnuts in these, but I decided not to. I have lots of walnuts left. I think I might make some kind of cookie with walnuts in them. Crap. What is steel cut oats? There we go. Steel cut oats. I think I need to write down that they make for a smoother protein ball. Yeah, it's 108. I wouldn't say I'm bored. I have things to do and that I probably should do, but I'm kind of like, do I really want to do that right now? So I have a basket out here that needs to go through, as well as a basket under my bed, and then my nightstand drawers. I need to get rid of medications that nobody took. For example, myself. I have a lot of I wouldn't say a lot, but I have medications that I need to go drop off at the pharmacy because I'm not going to take them, since I found a regimen using vitamins and stuff that's helping with my migraines and VM. Although I still get breakthrough migraines, and I mean they're not gone, but the VM stuff is not as frequent. So since I didn't take none of the medications, I want to go give them back. Because you can't put them in the garbage because somebody could see them and take them, and then they could end up in hospital. And I need to go through like anything that's expired, get rid of it. Anything that we don't take, get rid of it. So I want to do a declutter on like medicines, medication, stuff like that. I'm thinking I'll probably do like a declutter video on that. Then I need to go through my bedroom closet and declutter, because we're not going to wait. I told Matt, there's no point in waiting until we're ready to move to do the declutter and downsize. I think we need to do it now. Like, now's the time to start. Don't put off what you can do now to do later. I don't know why I'm saying that, because I do keep putting off things. Yeah, these are also heavy. Why didn't I ever use that kind of oatmeal before for this? Steel cut oats. So yeah, my bedroom closet. And then all my beauty and makeup stuff, I need to go through that. I don't have to declutter or downsize it, but part of me is thinking, no, I think I should. I know what I like. I think I'm on month 2 now without buying any makeup. This is the longest I've gone without buying any makeup. But I've said previously before, the prices, inflation's not just on groceries. Inflation's happened straight across the board. The only thing I don't know if it happened to is clothing. Like, what do you guys think? Is there price increase on clothing and footwear, stuff like that? But I know in the beauty section and grocery, yeah. Bath and Body, yep. So yeah, makeup, I know what I like. Some of my stuff, I am going to sell it like I have before, because some of it's untouched or just swatched. I did mention to Matt, because even he's aware of stuff that I actually do use and wear, and like colors and stuff like that. And we were all like, maybe if I see something, even though it's like really pretty or whatever, like I show it to him, he can give his honest opinion if he thinks I would actually use it, or if it's just me having oh, it's so pretty, like I want to get it, and then I get it and I don't use it. Because again, we're also trying to learn how to be more frugal especially with like unnecessary things. And I know like every week I'm like, oh, we did groceries, so we're not doing groceries for 2-3 weeks. It's like every time I go to the grocery store, I come out with like a full grocery haul. And I told Matt, I know like half time we are out of stuff or whatever. Like last week or a couple days ago, today's Wednesday, Friday or Saturday, whenever we went, we did go for certain things, but we also picked up other stuff too that we seen that was on sale. Some of it we were actually out of in that, but I was telling Matt, we should probably reel in on groceries too. We don't have to, but it'd be nice to see what we actually could do if we stick to going to the grocery store every 2 weeks and not every week. Unfortunately, we are going this week again. A list is made. So we want to see us actually stick to the list. I'll even show the list before we go. And then, of course, if we buy anything off the list, we'll show you. But these protein balls, man, are feeling heavy. We would like to find a way to... We have 3 phones that are going to be paid off this year. Like over the summer, early fall. 2 of the phones, the plans are going to get put down to the very lowest that they possibly can go. And we're going to keep those phones till they no longer work. My husband's phone is busted. Still works though, but it's completely busted. So when his is paid off, he's going to go get a new one. That's up to him. So we will save some money there. We'd like to be able to save money with our internet. We have unlimited internet. And we're paying $165 a month. We can take it down to $145 because I looked at our bill and I noticed we're paying for Pick TV. And that's $20 and we don't use that. So I think actually this week would be a good time to get a hold of TELUS and tell them remove that Pick TV because we don't ever use it. It would be nice if we could get unlimited internet for like, I don't know, $100 a month. Even $120. And the reason why for unlimited is because we do, any TV watching we do through Netflix. Everybody here is constantly watching YouTube. Everybody here has their phones connected to the Wi-Fi. Ideally, it'd be nice for us to have like a basic internet and only use it for necessities, like schooling or whatever. But reality is, everybody is using the internet for something. Almost always. Gaming. The only way that I can think of that we could actually cut down on the internet bill to get just basic internet, one, everybody shuts off the Wi-Fi so that they can't access it. Secondly, the whole house, we could have everybody here on a time frame like no internet from like this time to this time. Or like gaming from this time to this time. We don't need internet to watch TV because we have a very large movie collection as well as some TV shows. And we're almost, we don't buy movies as often as we used to. We tend to buy movies during the fall and winter. Mostly during the fall. I know we could make it happen. It's just getting everybody on board and sticking to it. Self-discipline. I'm still making protein balls. Sometimes I didn't have to record this, but sometimes it's kind of boring when I'm just standing here in silence while doing this. I hear somebody on a walkie-talkie out in the hallway. Probably a worker. Yeah, Matt's his first week of school. He's on day 3. So far, so good. Like I said in this morning's video that was posted, Monday I spent a couple of hours on the computer getting some stuff done for him and figured out. And then yesterday, the same thing. Everything's all set and ready to go for his schooling, his classes. I also went and helped him some other things that he needed to get set up. Also getting our taxes done. We need to get those finished this week. Or we don't need to. We like to get our taxes finished this week. I'm hoping I can get a job come sometime in April, end of April. I have resumes done up, but a lot of places don't want resumes in person. I was kind of thinking though of going to the mall, like the big mall, and dropping resumes off at like Winners, and I would say Bath and Body Works, but I feel like I would end up with a headache because of all the scents. Same with Sephora. But like Winners would be fine. Or clothing store. There's a lot of clothing stores. I did mention to Matt, I was like, what if I go apply at one of the movie theaters? I can't remember what he said about that. I feel like he said no, don't do the movie theater. But why? I don't know, I feel like it'd be kind of fun to work at a movie theater. Something that's laid back. Kind of wish I had a protein ball maker. I'm on the end of season 3 of House. Because I'm pretty sure I didn't start season 4 yet. So I'm on season 3. David's back to work. He's just got a lingering cough now. He had COVID pretty good. Thank the Lord, none of the rest of us didn't get it. Everybody that's at the work site that he's on is sick with COVID. They know where it started. But like, and what David said yesterday was a coworker. He went to work with COVID because he couldn't afford to take any time off. And unfortunately, that's the case for a lot of people. Most people living paycheck to paycheck. You get sick. Luckily, it's not mandatory to stay home anymore if you have COVID. David decided to stay home, and we were like, sure. I mean, he was lightheaded and dizzy and could barely walk. It's like, you're not going to go to work like that. Fortunately, he's living at home with us. If he was not living at home with us, he would probably need help financially, because he took pretty much a whole week off of work to recover. His coworker wasn't able to do that. So because of that, they went to work and got 4 other people, including David, sick with COVID. What he did was, if he did have to come out of his bedroom, he masked up. And then he just stayed away from the rest of us. Even though we were already exposed to him before he started having symptoms. Did I move that? I was thinking that I want to go maybe apply at bakeries, but I don't know if I could stand here to work at a bakery. I don't think so. I say that because my left side of my spine hurts. Well, it's starting to hurt. I think it's because I got my arms up and I'm holding them up. It would be nice to get hired on a grocery store, not Walmart. They're too pushy, especially with pushing the workers to get people to sign up for MasterCards. Whenever I get asked, I just say, no thanks. And then they'll ask again, and I'm like, no thanks. Sometimes they'll ask a third time, and I'll just be like, no, we're good. So I would not want to work at a Walmart, because I don't know how that affects the workers if they are not able to get anybody to sign up for a credit card. Like, does that affect their paycheck? Do they get... There's like a point system where if they don't get someone to take a credit card or sign up for one, there's like a point system. If they hit a certain point, they get like demoted or lose their job or whatever. I don't know. But I think I wouldn't mind working at Safeway or Co-op. I wouldn't mind working at Costco, but Costco is kind of... I have to think about how I'd get there. How I'm doing like my job search is how I would get there without relying on Matt to get me to and from work. I want to get there on my own, preferably by walking. And there's plenty of places walking distance that I can apply to. I even was contemplating Subway, but sometimes the Subway, there's only one worker there working. I think I would get so stressed out if like 3 or 4 people came in for a bite to eat and I'm the only one working the counter. Almost done, guys. Just gonna put the spatula in the sink. Daylight savings is coming. I think I noticed last night, yeah, it was still sunny at 6:30. But then I blinked and it was 7 and it was dark. I don't know what time the sun comes up though. What time does the sun come up? I do know I can't wait for the back and forth weather of really warm, like plus 15 weather to stay and stick around. Because we're back in like the minus 20s now. Which is poopy. That messes with the head. I think I like the texture of these ones the best of all the ones I made. Again though, these ones are hearty because it's not large flakes of oats, so I feel like these ones have more, for some reason these ones seem like they have more weight to them. Like, pretty much taking what's on the bottom, getting it into my hand and making sure it sticks together because I don't want to waste none of this. Could always take a little bit of honey to get the rest from the bottom of the bowl so you don't waste nothing. I'm gonna get rid of that. Should be able to get one more good size one out of here. Yeah, these were solid. Last one. And yes, I'm still in PJs. I can't remember if I already said that. I've got baskets of... Oh, don't fall. There's bins on our kitchen table currently with Matt's school books from year 3, I think. We're going to go through them tonight and find some notes that he took that he can use to help for this year. He's on his final year. Come on, warm up. It's so cold. I'm like, do I declutter something today or no? The only thing left for me to do is vacuum, which doesn't take long. Oh, I do need to find a recipe actually for a sauce. I'm making, well, I took out a bag of chicken balls that I made last month. I took those out. I'm going to cook up some rice. But I have a pork loin that I want to cut up into bite size, like pork bites. And I want to come up with like a nice, either sweet and sour sauce or like Korean barbecue sauce, whatever. And make like pork bites to go with the rice and chicken balls. Because it'll be for today's supper and then leftovers for tomorrow's lunches. I shall show you the protein balls. There's like one smaller one right there. But yeah, did I count them? No. Yeah, these are quite dense. But that's fine. They're like, again, I call them protein balls. Most people call them energy balls. They're like a good little snack. I'm going to write down recommended one. These ones should not be, I would not recommend anybody having two. Especially if you're, I don't know. No one here is counting calories or anything, but still. Choke on my spit. I'm going to make these probably later around supper time. I got 4 packs of these. I'm just going to make 2. And then throw them in the freezer. as another quick snack or sweet treat. What time is it? Oh, it's only 1:30. Well, I gotta get those protein balls in the freezer. I need to find a recipe for an Asian or Korean barbecue sauce. Something that I can make pork bites with that would taste good with rice and chicken balls. And then I'm debating if I want to declutter. Oh, I need to vacuum. You know what? I'll get the protein balls in the freezer. I'm going to vacuum, do my workout, so that's done. And then at least everything that need to get done today is going to be done, including my Bible stuff, which I did. Yeah. Not doing no makeup and chat today. I was thinking of doing that probably Friday. Maybe like let the week go through, then maybe I'll come up with some stuff to talk about while I do a makeup and chat. Or I could just do a makeup video, because I do like doing them. And then it's like, when do I start my decluttering? I was going to start it today. Now I'm like, maybe I'll just wait till Monday. I have, Grace has her topic for March picked out for, because she's being homeschooled, I'm homeschooling her. We're doing unschooling currently. Actually, what I should say, we're currently doing deschooling. We were told we could take as long as we wanted to with that. But, I'm switching her over to unschooling now, which she's starting Monday. So she has the rest of this week to deschool. Come Monday, though, she's starting unschooling. And a subject that she wants to dive into is astrology. And I was like, sure. So she's picking astrology to dive into for the month of March. And then this weekend, I'm going to get math picked out for her as well. I think it's just math. Yep. Because for the month of March, I'm going to get her to delve into astrology, because that's what she wants to make her topic for March. This weekend, I'll get her math picked out for the month of March. I told Grace that we're going to do foods and phys ed. It would be nice to teach her some healthy habits, physically and nutritionally. So that's what we're going to do for the month of March: astrology, foods, phys ed, and math. And you might be like, oh, what about reading or whatever? She's going to be doing a lot of reading and writing and research with the astrology stuff. So, and then I will get her doing some reading and writing with the foods as well. Phys ed, I believe we're going to do walking, 'cause the weather, I think we're at a point now we can get out for daily walks. And it's not freezing temps. So, but if it is in the minus 20s, we just throw hat and coats on. But I mentioned to Grace, now's the perfect time to get out for daily walks. She doesn't want to go on the weekends, that's fine. We're homeschooling, and we're doing it parent-led. So if we want to go even on the weekends too, go on the weekends. Like, we can do school stuff on the weekends too. But I prefer to have her Saturdays and Sundays, her doing whatever she wants that has nothing to do with school. That's probably like the only school part that I'd like to actually keep implemented, is having the weekends as weekends for her. So we want to do the walking, and then, because the walking is also good for like mental health and stuff like that too. I'm like getting fresh air and stuff, not just for like the physical movement. And then at home, I want to get her into home workouts at least 3 to 4 times a week. So she could even do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday a home workout. And I think that'd be great. And then for the foods, we're going to delve into like nutritional stuff. I guess healthy habits. And then look into like recipes that she would want to make. She also is a lover of chocolate, as just like her dad, like the two of them. So it'd be nice to find, instead of us going out and buying chocolate bars and stuff weekly, because that's what I feel like we're doing, maybe find recipes that, like, I don't know. I do know a couple of years ago, I've made a while, but I made chocolate zucchini cake, and David and Grace smashed that so fast. But I don't know, maybe making things from home instead of us going to the grocery store and buying chocolate bars and stuff like that. I mean, we're never not going to buy chocolate bars or whatever, but I think I should probably do some reading up on what would be a good way to approach it. She's 13, she'll be 14 in a couple of months, 6 months. What would be a good way to get into healthy habits for a teenager? Because she just became a teenager 6 months ago. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do for March. And then I told her, oh, when April comes, she could pick another topic, and that'll be a topic that we do for the month of April. But again, we'll still do math, phys ed, and foods. Foods probably it's gonna be learning about healthy habits, but also probably getting her in the kitchen cooking, so she knows. Yeah, Luna's in her toy bin. I'm gonna get off here, go get those protein balls put away. Go look for, well, I won't look for that yet. I'll get my floors and my workout done, and then I'll look for a recipe for my pork. Will I record that? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not saying yes, because chances are I'll probably forget and then not come back on here. But I'll see you folks later.